Welcome back to the Pokémon HeartGold walkthrough. In the last part we explored Olivine City, we climbed the city's lighthouse and we found Gym Leader Jasmine, who is tending to her sick Ampharos. In this part we will travel across the sea to Cianwood City to get some medicine for the Ampharos. Southwest of Olivine City lies Route 40. On Mondays you can meet Monica, one of the weak siblings. She will give you a Sharp Beak, which powers up flying type moves by 20%. The building above us is the gate leading to the battlefront here. You cannot enter that building until much later in the game. All of the trainers on the routes between Olivine City and Cianwood City use Water-type Pokémon. Route 40 and the neighboring Route 41 are therefore good places to train up any Pokémon on your team that know Grass or Electric-type moves. You can only find one new Pokémon on Route 40 by surfing, and that's Tentacruel, the evolved form of Tentacool. By fishing with the good route, however, you can find two more new Pokémon, and one of them is Corsola. Corsola is a dual-type water-rock Pokémon. It doesn't evolve into any other Pokémon, which is a shame, because its offensive stats aren't much to write home about. It doesn't have much stamina to last long in battles unless you teach it one of its status moves like Aqua Ring or Recover. Corsola has access to some very powerful moves, but it can't do much with them because of its low stats. Staryu is a Water-type Pokémon, which becomes a dual-type Water-Psychic Pokémon when it evolves into Starmie with the use of a Water Stone. You won't be keeping Staryu unevolved for long because of its shallow move pool. You will be relying mostly on TMs when training Staryu. Once you have evolved Staryu into Starmie, you will find yourself with a solid Water-type, one of the best Water-types in Johto. On this small beach you can pick up TM88 Pluck. Pluck is a flying type move with a base power of 60, the same base power as Wing Attack and Aerial Ace. Pluck also has the added effect of stealing the opponent's berry and consuming it. I will teach Pluck to Pidgeotto, so that I am no longer stuck with Gust as its only flying type move. On Route 41 there are 3 more Pokémon for you to catch. Mantine is a dual-type water flying Pokémon. Some players may disregard Mantine because of its high vulnerability to electric-type attacks, but Mantine can be a very good Pokémon. It has very high special defense, although its move pool leaves a little to be desired. You should avoid teaching Mantine physical attacks, of which there are plenty in its move pool. If you have a heart scale, you can get the move reminder to teach Mantine the bug-type move Signal Beam. Chinchou is a dual-type water-electric Pokémon. It evolves into Lantern at level 27. Chinchou is easy to train up in this game. It knows Spark as soon as you catch it, making it very useful as you go through these water routes. Once it evolves into Lantern, it can learn Stockpile, Combine that with its good HP stat and you will have a strong and durable fighter on your team. Shelder is a water-type Pokémon which evolves into Cloyster with the use of a Water Stone. It gains the Ice type after evolving, which will give it a weakness to Rock-type attacks. However, Cloyster's physical defense is so high that you really don't have to worry about that, since most Rock-type moves are physical. Shelder's low special defense is its biggest weakness. Its move pool consists mainly of Water, Ice and Normal-type moves, making Shelder's role on your team very specific. To the south lie the Whirl Islands. It's a group of islands connected together by a vast network of caves. Whirlpools make it impossible to access these islands until you have the HM for Whirlpool. There are trainers scattered all around the Whirl Islands and I will show you how to find them all. Cianwood City lies just to the west of the Whirl Islands in case you don't want to take these trainers on just yet. we are in Cianwood City. The first thing you should do is go into the Cianwood City pharmacy and get the medicine for Jasmine's Ampharos. After you have delivered the medicine to Jasmine, this pharmacy will sell potions and full heals. In this house lives a Pokemaniac named Kirk. He is upset that someone stole one of his Pokemon, and that someone is obviously Silver. He will ask you to take care of his last remaining Pokemon. The Pokemon Kirk gives you is a Shuckle. Shuckle is a dual-type bug rock Pokemon. It has the highest defense and special defense of any Pokemon, but it is otherwise for the most part useless in battle. It is more of a novelty Pokemon. This is the house of Cameron the photographer. You can use the camera outside his house to take a picture of you and your team. This cave entrance leads to routes 47 and 48. Beyond those routes lies the Johto Safari Zone, which Baoba is currently setting up. You cannot enter these routes until after you've given the secret potion to Jasmine. Up here you will encounter Suicune again, and soon after that, Eusine will arrive. He will challenge you to a battle. Eusine starts the battle with a level 25 Drowzee. Ghost, Dark and Bug type moves are what you should use here, preferably physical based attacks. Be careful to not let Drowzee put your Pokemon to sleep. Dream Eater will do damage and then heal some of Drowzee's HP. Eusine's next Pokemon is an Electrode. Electrode is incredibly fast, but its defense is low. You should therefore waste no time and hit Electrode with your best physical-based attack. That is, unless you are lucky enough to have a Ground-type Pokemon. Given Electrode's speed, it will probably hit you at least once with Thunder or Rollout before you can defeat it. Make sure that you can withstand its attacks for at least a few rounds, although that is a tall order when it comes to Thunder. Electrode's Rollout has begun to accumulate a considerable amount of power. It's time for Stantler to come on the field and try to disrupt Electrode's strategy. Intimidate will thankfully reduce the power of Rollout. Next I will use Confuse Ray to try to make Electrode hit itself and stop the Rollout streak. Eusine's last Pokemon is a Haunter. This Haunter shouldn't be any harder to defeat than the ones that Morty used. That leaves only one thing left to explore in Cianwood City, and that is the gym, which we will be challenging in the next part of the walkthrough.